Hi everyone, I'm sorry I've been away for a while, but welcome back. Today we're doing SKM Says Again, right here from Christmas Central in my living room. And as you can see, it is rather pink. We went crazy pink last year. I actually had a white tree covered in all of these pink lights and my Hello Kitty ornaments, so it was kind of like day glow pink in here. So this year we decided that we'd change it up a little bit and use our traditional green Christmas tree, but of course with my pink lights and my pink decorations. In today's episode of SKM Says, I'm going to answer a couple of questions for you, but also I'd like to just generally wish everybody a happy holiday season. The first one I'm going to answer is specifically for those of you like me who are having Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere, and I've been asked a little about my sun protection routine. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the sunscreens that I use, but first of all I will tell you that it is really important that you always protect your skin from the sun. So whether I'm out at the beach or just hanging washing or even in the middle of winter here in Australia, I always wear sunscreen. I don't just rely on the sunscreen that's available in my makeup, but I apply sunscreen to any exposed part of my body, hands included, and even when driving around in summer I tend to wear sun protection gloves because my pale skin just kind of frizzes up and frazzles and burns terribly. Even recently when my husband and I were over in the Philippines, of course it was quite hot there and lovely and humid, so a bit better for my skin, but the sun was really strong. So even at 9 o'clock in the morning when I wanted to hop out and go on the boat with him, I'd completely cover myself in sunscreen and bring my hat, but simply being in the sun was enough to cause my skin to actually sting. So you may not have skin that's as sensitive as mine, but mine is, so I have to really avoid that direct sunlight, which is great in terms of anti-aging and having less wrinkles and things like that. But I wanted to tell you about my two favourite sunscreens today because that's what I've been asked mostly about. When it comes to wearing sunscreen on the body, one of the best inventions recently has been the spray-on sunscreen. The one that I've been able to get here in Australia is by Banana Boat. This one here, let's have a look. This is Banana Boat Sport, which I've been able to buy here in Australia, and it's one of those actual spray-on ones. So it's really easy to actually cover your whole body, particularly if you don't have someone there to give you a hand with the back of your neck and difficult to reach places. It's also great for use on children. This one is 4-hour water resistant, it's sweat resistant as well, and it's non-greasy and it doesn't leave a mess. However, don't spray it when you're standing on a tiled floor because it will make it really slippery. I found that out the hard way. This is an SPF 50. Now, something really important to remember with SPF factors is that the numbers don't necessarily double. So for instance, SPF 50 doesn't give you twice as much protection as SPF 25. The calculations don't work like that. So for someone like me who isn't attempting to tan in the slightest, because every tan is actually your body screaming out and doing damage, and I don't like to tan at all. In fact, I'm kind of anti-tan in as much as when your skin tans, it's doing damage to those skin cells, and whether you see that now or in 20 years time, you will see that, and it's either going to end up as a melanoma or some form of skin cancer, or simply through thickening, aging of the skin as well, and that's certainly not something that I really want to have a part of. So I avoid that altogether. I also avoid fake tan, but that's something for another day. So this 50 plus, remembering that 50 plus is not twice as effective as 25 plus SPF, I tend to opt for the highest SPF factor that I can possibly buy. So I know that in the States you can buy a Neutrogena spray-on for I think 100 SPF. I'll buy that when I'm there. This is what I get here in Australia. The other thing that's really great about this is that it sprays on clear, so you don't have to rub it in or anything like that. You just need to make sure that your skin is dry first, otherwise it tends to bead up and it's not as effective. The other thing to remember with sunscreen is it's best that you put it on at least 10 minutes before your sun exposure so that it has time to be absorbed and that layer is going to protect your skin. When it comes to choosing sunscreen for your face, this is really important because what's available in your tinted moisturizer and your makeup is simply not enough to protect that delicate skin on your face, your eye area and your neck from damage. We really, really need to look after that. Of course, the problem is that so many of the sunscreens, even if they're designed for the face, are far too greasy. And particularly if you are wearing a lot of makeup or you like to wear a liquid foundation, applying something that is quite greasy underneath is a big no. It's taken me years to find the right product, and eventually I managed to get onto something that has been perfection. It is absolutely perfect for my face and my eye area. It's been excellent for my children who have very sensitive skin, and one of them's had a very bad allergic reaction to sunscreen in the past. And it's also fantastic under makeup. It's this stuff, DermaClear. Now, I don't know if DermaClear is available in your country or not, but you can buy it online here in Australia. DermaClear was invented by a team of plastic surgeons here in Australia, and it's an organic sunscreen. It has an SPF of 30 plus, but the main thing about the DermaClear is that it was specifically developed as a very high spectrum, broad spectrum sunscreen by these plastic surgeons who were looking for something to really protect the skin of their patients post-treatment. So whether that was in terms of reconstructive surgery or laser resurfacing or anything like that, sun exposure is highly, highly damaging, particularly after these sorts of treatments. So they needed to create something that wasn't going to cause any damage. It was going to be safe to use on that very sensitive skin that had just been treated, and that was non-greasy and organic. So this is actually made here in Australia by a company that is based in Melbourne. So I'm going to put the contact details for the company onto this YouTube video for you, and if you can get that in your country, buy it online, or perhaps, who knows, maybe you're a pharmacist and you can see about importing this to your country. I highly, highly recommend it. It's been brilliant for me. I use it every single day under my makeup, and I can safely say that my kids have had no reaction to this one. The other thing I want to share with you today is my new favourite Christmas lipsticks. When it comes around this time of year, sometimes the old stuff just doesn't cut it, and I really need a little bit of a boost, and lipstick is, for me, one of the coolest ways to do that. So for those of you that haven't heard about it, Lime Crime. We love our Lime Crime, we vintage girls. I think because the range of colours that they have is just beautiful, and they also have some incredible finishes. My favourite daytime lipstick at the moment is this one. This is one of the Lime Crime Velveteen. So it's applied like a lip gloss with that sponge applicator, but it comes out like a nice thick paint and dries in a matte finish. It's absolutely gorgeous. This one's called Red Velvet. Of course, if you like to keep it nice and moist, you're going to want to put a soft lip balm over the top. But if you want to make it really festive, these guys. These are the Lime Crime Carousel Glosses that have the best shimmer and sparkle that I've ever seen in a lip gloss. Of course, being a lip gloss, these are quite sticky as well, and so you probably don't want to wear them with your hair out walking in a windy day, or you'll end up with stripes all across your face. But for those beautiful Christmas or New Year's kisses, these Lime Crime Carousel lip glosses would have to be my absolute favourite. I have this lovely one here that's sort of a magenta colour. I can't actually remember the name of it. Okay, well that wasn't very useful. I was trying to get the camera to focus on this, but this one is sort of a magenta. And look at this. So we have like a magenta kind of colour, which goes really well with plums and dark lip glosses. Looks particularly good on dark or tan skin. And then this one, the Candy Apple Red, which is my absolute favourite, and I'm quite sure that Snow White would have worn this one. It has a fabulous red thick glitter all the way through it and looks spectacular over any kind of red lipstick that you have. Of course, being a lip gloss, it means that anyone that you kiss under the mistletoe, it is definitely going to leave a mark. Not an indelible one, but a sticky, sweet Lime Crime Carousel gloss mark. Wherever you are in the world, whether you're in the Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere, Saudi Arabia, America, Canada, the UK, Europe, wherever you are, December is one of our most exciting times because we have so many holidays and celebrations across the world. I'd love to know a little bit about what you celebrate at this time of the year, whether it's a religious holiday, a family tradition, or anything that just gets you into that spirit of community and togetherness. Leave me a comment because I'd love to hear more about it. And if you've got a chance, pop on over to the blog and have a look at some of the things that we do here in Australia. Because of course, the way that we celebrate Christmas here in Australia tends to be quite different to the rest of the world. Now today it's looking a little bit grey and cloudy. We've had some very strange weather here in Melbourne. But ordinarily you're looking at around about 30 to 40 degrees Celsius here at this time of year. It means it can get really, really hot. So a traditional Christmas lunch here isn't a roast or a turkey with all the trimmings. It tends to be more seafood by the poolside, maybe some prawns, maybe some lobster. If you're at my place, it's always going to be oysters and quite possibly some champagne as well. I'm going to take a whole lot of photos for you over this Christmas season, and you'll find those on my blog, superkawaiimama.com, and you'll get to see just what it's like over here with the sunshine, the brightness and the clear blue sky. So if you're feeling a little bit cold on your side of the world, or you just want to check out what it's like, please pop on over and come and have a look. Thank you for sticking with me this year, and I know that I've been a little bit out of shape with my SKM says every week. I have to admit that I'm kind of a bit of a split personality when it comes to organisation and forward planning. I have this problem where I have a lot of things that I really, really want to do, and I always bite off more than I can chew because I'm quite ambitious like that. Next year on this channel, you'll find not only all of the hair and makeup videos that you've come to love, but I really want to show you some more of life here. Not just your average generic, hey look, this is what I ate today, because hey, you can find that on Instagram anyway. But I'm going to show you some more tutorials for how I actually do other things in my life and try to instill glamour into all the bits and pieces, whether that's making my own curtains, which I do here, or cushion covers, or reupholstering things that I find, or even all the vintage pieces that, whether I find them in op shops, thrift stores, by the side of the road, I love to recondition them and do all sorts of cool things with them. So I'm hoping that you enjoy it, but I'm going to create some tutorials on that. In fact, I've already started. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe to this channel and you'll have all kinds of things applying into your inbox. You can also sign up for the Super Kawaii Mama blog newsletter over on the blog and get a sneak peek at all kinds of stuff that's coming up there, as well as ask me a whole lot of questions that you might want to. So remember, on SKM Says, I'm here to answer the questions that you have. So subscribe to the channel, I'll put it up this side, and I will see you guys at least once more before Christmas. Bye!